Hi, so I have yeah, so this is just kind of stuff that I got in the last week or two. I always say that at the beginning of videos when I'm trying to film. I'm like, I got it 2, 3 weeks ago, whatever. It doesn't matter. Got this stuff recently. Yeah, so anyway, I'll start off with the first thing that I got. And the first thing I got was from Catrice, and it's like a new release. I was really excited when I saw like promo pictures on, I think it was like a German blogs, usually German blogs I find talk about Catrice, and some Irish blogs as well. Um, but yeah, I was really excited because the lightest colour looked like it was going to be a really nice nude colour, and I thought maybe it would be kind of like the colour, the lightest Revlon lip crayon colour that you can only get in the US. I think it's called Charmed. So I was really excited. Anyway, I got the lightest colour, and when I swatched it in the shop, it looked like it was going to be kind of like a pale nude, like a transparent kind of pale nude. And it's in the shade Sheers. So it looks like it's kind of like a peachy pink nude kind of colour. And I'll swatch it. It actually, when you put it on the lips, it's not really that, it doesn't really nude down. It doesn't nude down my lips anyway that much. It just kind of gives like a warm pink tint. So I'll show it to you there. Yeah, kind of. I mean, it looks different to the way it does actually in the tube. It looks more peachy and nudie. But yeah, it's really nice. It's really transparent, really glossy. I have it on a mixture of it on today and Gosh Darling, which is kind of like a nude colour. And I'll swatch it beside Gosh Darling because actually, you swatch it beside Gosh Darling. Gosh Darling looks more like, it looks more brown and dark. And although it's really kind of transparent, it actually this like nudes out my lips in a nice way, because it's like very sheer. But so there's Darling on the outside, and then on the inside is the Catrice one. So kind of, you can see Darling looks like it would be kind of darker on the lips, but it actually, on my lips anyway, it nudes them out, whereas this doesn't really. I don't know. The combination together, they're nice, and if you like kind of like an easy glossy lip tint and you like kind of warm tone but warm pinks, I checked this out. I think it was about $4.50. I was a little bit disappointed with the rest of the collection, or the rest of the colour selection. I think they have like a nice red kind of colour, but I really wanted to get kind of a dark burgundy, kind of like a really deep cherry kind of burgundy type colour. Because I've been watching a lot of like Chanel's videos, and she has, I think it's like the YSL Rouge Shine or whatever it's called, Sheer Candy lipstick, and it's the number 5, and it looks really, it's like really juicy, deep kind of burgundy cherry colour. So I wanted to get something like that, but I think I'm just going to bite the bullet and get the Revlon one in Crush, which is slightly more expensive, but I don't know, I might get it when it's on 3 for 2 or something. But yeah, so that's the Catrice lip thing. Another thing I got was just kind of like a repurchase. It's probably like my 20th bottle of this. I've gone through so many of these. And every time I buy it, it's got a different name. It's either got a different box, different label, or a different name. No, it always has a different name. But it usually has like a different box or a different label or something like that. So it's now called the Olay Essentials Glow Perfection Multi-Radiance Instant Glow Boost Moisturizing Lotion plus Light Reflecting Particles. Okay, so it's gotten longer. It's been called so many different things. There's the box. It's got a broad spectrum SPF of 13. Basically, this is just a nice mid-range. By mid-range, I mean it's not too watery and it's not too greasy. It's a nice mid-range moisturizer infused with like illuminating particles. So it's basically an illuminating moisturizer. And let's open it at the bottom. It looks like this. I'm almost finished with mine, the one that I'm using at the moment, and I always have one. I think you get 75 ml, and this was the reason I got this was because it was on offer. It's usually around €10, and it was on offer for like $6.50, so I just picked one up because mine is running low. But it's really nice. I like wearing this under makeup in the winter, because I find that it gives a nice glow, and you have like a broad spectrum SPF of 15. So I don't really like to be faffing around with like greasy sunscreens at like 7:30 in the morning when I'm getting ready and it's 2 degrees outside. It's not something I really like doing. So this is just a normal moisturizer. It's not too greasy. It's a really nice moisturizer, and it sits well under makeup, but it gives you a little bit of protection. And as well, like, it kind of brightens and illuminates and just makes you look more radiant, especially in the winter. It's also great for, like, this is turning into a mini review, but it's great, like, if you're a student and, like, I don't know, or you're really stressed out or whatever, if you're going, like, around exam time or anything like that, this can just, like, just popping this on bare skin can really brighten your face and take away that kind of ashy, dead, kind of dull look from the skin. And a lot of the time what I like to do is when I'm not wearing makeup, just pop this on my face with a bit of eye cream and then a bit of concealer, like on blemishes and stuff like that. It just kind of makes you look like a more, like, put together version of yourself, just slightly more polished, and it just makes your skin look radiant and nice. But it doesn't make your face look kind of oily or greasy or shiny or anything like that. I would highly recommend this, and I think it's still on offer in Boots if you like it. It's one that, like, was doing the round. I think PR people were sending it out to like bloggers when I started watching videos, like, about 4 years ago, and it was just one of those things that never caught on. But I've been using that way before, I think before YouTube even came about. So I really like it. The next thing I got was a relatively expensive purchase. It's been something I've been thinking about getting for quite a while. I had a sample and I really, really, really liked it. And even from the sample, I can tell that this is kind of going to be, like, holy grail material. And it is the Laura Mercier Silk Cream Foundation. And mine is in the shade Soft Ivory. So it just looks like this. It looks like a mini version of the tinted moisturizer. But basically what it is, it's like, I'm sure everyone's heard about this. Everyone and their mom has this at this stage. But it's a really nice heavy coverage foundation. I wouldn't say it gives you as much coverage as, say, like Estee Lauder Double Wear, which is always my kind of benchmark for heavy coverage. Yeah, it's basically just kind of like a nice heavy coverage foundation, but it doesn't make it's a very thin layer on the skin. It's quite a thick foundation when you, like, squeeze it out of the tube, but once you blend it into the skin with whatever brush you use, I like using it with the buffing brush or not the buffing brush, the Expert Face brush. I also like using it with, like, my Louise Young flat foundation brush. Just as long as you blend it into the skin, it blends out to a very thin layer, and it doesn't quite set like Double Wear or Revlon Colour Stay would, but it stays in place. It's not something that's going to slip around. But it doesn't dry out the skin, and it gives kind of like a nice subtle radiance. So I got this basically to replace my Studio Sculpt foundation, which I ran out of a while ago, which I used as kind of like my evening out foundation, like not for nights out, but if I was going for drinks or, say, like on a date, or, you know, I wanted my skin to look still soft focus, but to cover up any redness, because I find at nighttime, or if I'm drinking, or if it's always warm in bars and stuff like that, I find that my face gets very red. So I need something to kind of counteract that, but I don't want my face to kind of look too blanked out. So I wouldn't be using a foundation I'd be using if I was going on a night out or going to a club where I really wanted my makeup to last through kind of like sweaty dancing and, you know, stuff like that. But yeah, so I like, it's quite expensive. It was €48, but you get an extra 5ml. It's 35ml, and to be honest, like, this is a foundation that I feel outperforms almost anything that I've used in that kind of category, like heavier coverage. It's similar, like, it doesn't really give a similar finish to Studio Sculpt, but it's the same type of foundation. It's soft focus, but it gives you a nice wax coverage. So anyway, I got that. I'm really happy with it. I haven't actually opened this yet. I'm still using the sample because I got quite a generous one, but I really like it. And although I've only used it a handful of times, I would highly recommend this to anyone and everyone. The next thing I got with my Boots points, so I didn't actually end up paying for it. And Boots was having an offer, kind of like on some of their, like, electrical, like, heat styling tools. They had, like, some of their stuff was on offer. So I'd had my eye on this for a while, and I was just waiting for it to go down so that I could buy it with my points and save a bit of money. So it's this. It's the Babyliss Boutique Waves styling wand. So it's sort of like, it doesn't have a clip, and it's kind of basically like the conical wand, except it's just and it was €32, I think, down from 40 or 39. So there was €7 off anyway, and then with student discount I got it for 28, which I was pretty happy about. So I actually used it today, and to be quite honest, I'm not sure if it's just because it's the first time I've used it. I'm not, like, in love with it, and I'm not sure that I get it. Yeah, so it looks like this. It's just, I mean, it looks very similar to the conical wand. The conical wand is slightly thinner at the base, and again then gets thinner. Um, so yeah, it has the same controls and handle as the conical wand, but it does go up a little bit higher. I think the conical one goes from like 160 or maybe 175 up to 200, whereas this one goes to 210. So another 10 degrees. I thought it was going to give. I suppose it says soft waves. I thought it was going to give kind of loose curls, and maybe give a slightly different effect to the conical wand. It just looks like it gives me the same effect as like after 3 days after I've used the conical wand, 2 or 3 days if I've been running around a lot, or if I, if I didn't leave my hair on for as long, it just gives a very similar effect. It just gives you these kind of barely there waves. So I don't know. I mean, the first time I used the conical wand, like the first 2 or 3 times I used it, I didn't fully get it. It didn't fully work out, and it was just the effects weren't. So I'm not sure if that's what it is, but I thought maybe because I had a little bit more experience kind of, curling my hair and using heat styling tools, that this might work out slightly better. But I don't know. I mean, I'll keep it. I suppose the reason I always use my Boots points to buy stuff like this is because hair just isn't really my thing. I suppose as long as I feel like it suits my face, like the shape of my hair suits my face, I don't really do too much. So, um, would I recommend this? I think it's nice. I don't know. I'll reserve judgment until I've used it a few more times. But it's just sort of it just gives a very very faint kind of effect. And like I left this front piece on for like a full 30 seconds, and it doesn't seem to have kind of. One thing I did think was strange about this is when you turn it on, um, the conical wand, the little LED light blinks until it's heated up, and then it doesn't blink. But this one doesn't blink to begin with, so it says it takes like 30 seconds to heat up and stuff, which isn't too bad, obviously. But yeah, I don't know. Um, I really don't know. So anyway, that's that. And that's the end of my video. So I hope you enjoyed my haul, and hopefully I will see you soon. Bye.